Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on what part of the world you are in. This is the Big Girl Diary. Ashley Smithline. Oh my God. You can't make this stuff up. You can't make this stuff up. Again, you can't make this stuff up. I mean, I'm working on my other channel. Nicole, thank you. This was a gold mine. I got, look, Evan, Evan Rachel Wood. I don't know where you found your wing women from, but they're not helping you any. They're not helping you any at all. Your wing women are not helping you. They're only pointing out that your entire case, your entire cause, is in the toilet. Or toilet. How do you say toilet in French? How do you say toilet in French?
Toilet.
Toilet. I want to make sure I got it right. Toilet.
When I say what?
Toilet.
Yes, toilet.
Toilet. I want to say toilet, but it's toilet. Oh my goodness, you can't make this stuff up. Okay. Ashley Smithline's lawyer kicked her to the curb. Kicked her to the curb. Look, I'm not laughing that she got kicked. Okay, I'm laughing that she got kicked to the curb. But when you start off doing wrong, you continue doing wrong, and your lawyer couldn't take your wrongness. And let's get to it. Well, before I get to it, let people start coming in because this was impromptu. Nicole P, thank you. You're right on the money. I was there looking at other court cases with Marilyn Manson and I saw hers. I just didn't pay any attention to it. I didn't pay any attention to her case because I thought that she was a non-issue. Oh, I was wrong. I was wrong. Marilyn Manson, you're just knocking them all to the wayside. But let's get to this. Let me just go ahead on with this. This right here is Ashley Smithline. She's on a game, I think Game of Thrones. She's on some kind of show. And next to her is her lawyer who kicked her to the curb, J.D.L.L. Wanger. J.D.L. Wanger. You can't make this stuff. They're at the 50-yard line. And he's like, look, Ashley, I'm tired of your mess and I'm kicking you to the curb. Now, don't believe nothing that I say. Don't believe me at all. Look at my evidence. Check this out. This is too much. He's looking like I don't believe nothing that comes out of her mouth. I simply don't. She's like, okay, I hope they believe me. Okay. This right here is the order that he put in to get off her case. I mean, he wanted to be withdrawn. He was like, I got to get away from this woman. This is too much. She's doing too much, and I need to get away. And guess what? The judge ordered it. Having considered all the paperwork filed in support of and in opposition to the motion, arguments of counsel, and other pleadings and paper on file herein, the court hereby grants the motion. Therefore, It is hereby ordered that counsel J.D. Ellwanger and Ellwanger Law LLP is withdrawn as counsel of record of the plaintiff, and that plaintiff's deadline to respond to all pending written discovery by defendant is extended by 90 days. You can't make this stuff up. You can't make this stuff up. Again, you can't make this stuff up. Man, he's like, I'm tired of you. I'm tired of this mess. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. I gotta. Oh, thank you. Esme Bianco's at the Game of Thrones. Thank you, all sorts. Oh, man, she got kicked to the curb. But I know why. I know why. And again, I'm not laughing. I'm laughing at the situation. When you go and do some dirt and you say all these outlandish things, people start believing you, then all of a sudden get into it. Next thing you know, they're like, there is something funky in Canterbury. Something funky in Canterbury. Most definitely. But let me get through this and then I'm going to have you call in or you can come up and hear your thoughts on it because this is getting good. Marilyn Manson is just kicking butt and everybody's falling at the wayside. All Evan Rachel Wood's minions are falling to the wayside. So let's get back to it. Okay, we got that. Now, here's a declaration of Jay Ellingworth in support of motion for withdrawal. Now, this is the reason why. Don't believe nothing that I say. I let the courts do the talking, the paperwork. Okay, here, he's over 18. Otherwise competent to make this declaration. I am a partner in Ellwanger Law LLP, licensed practitioner. Law in California, evidence set out foregoing declarations based on my personal knowledge. Personal knowledge that she's lying. Oh my goodness. Okay, here he says that she is that he's the counsel for the plaintiff. The declaration puts the motion to withdraw. He put in his paperwork to her representation in preparation to file above a reference lawsuit, the retainer agreement. This is something. You can't make this stuff up. You just simply can't. The plaintiff conduct has rendered it unreasonably difficult for counsel to carry out representation effectively. He had one of those wild, outrageous, hard to deal with clients right there. Plaintiff has breached paragraph 9 and 16 of the retainment agreement. Counsel provided plaintiff a reasonable warning after the breach that counsel will withdraw from plaintiff fulfilling. I gotta find out what is that. What is 9 and 16? This is the reason why he kicked her to the curb. I don't know what that is. Something. Oh, wow. The plaintiff knowingly and freely ascended to termination of the representation on or about August 19th. This was just what? 11 days ago? You can't make this stuff up. I provided written notice to the plaintiff of my intent to file a motion for withdrawal of presentation on the 26th. That was just what, 4 days ago. Counsel reserve request. It's something. Production of interrogatories on a defendant, Marilyn Manson. On August 9th, the defendant served request for admission on plaintiff August 9th. The request sorry, for production. She's just no no deposit has been scheduled for the case. Everything's just falling apart on her. She's better off just withdrawing the case. Save a little bit of face, just a little bit, just save a little bit of it. And here, all this was done 2 days ago, 3 days ago. So I wanted you to see it so that you can see it for yourself. Nothing that I'm saying. You can't make this stuff up. You just can't. OMG. Now, I don't know where Ashley Smithline, I don't know what movie she's playing in or series. I really don't know. But it's something. Oh, those of you who are watching on Twitter, I can't see any of your feed or whatever you're saying. So if you want to, oh man, I got to put my banner up. Sorry about that. What do you think? OMG. Look, Marilyn Manson has been drugged through the mud. He been slobber knockered. He been beat. He been lied on. He just been taking. He has been taken to the woodshed, wrongfully so. And I'm going to say this again. Some may not agree with me, and that's okay. The great thing about opinions is we all have one. And I swear, it is my belief that Evan is doing all of this because she wants Marilyn. She wants him. She almost went down the aisle twice. And I get some of you do not believe it's jealousy. I don't know what else it is because he married Lindsay. And oh man, let me see if I can bring this up. Because I saw some info on well, that's going to be for a different video. I'm not going to do that. But she's focusing laser focus on Marilyn Manson and destroying him, systematically destroying him here and here and here. And she has her minions in it to come in and help destroy him. And the interesting part about it is that, but except for one, Ashley Walters, the women who came forward going after Marilyn Manson, saying, "Oh well, he DV'd me, he abused me, he raped me, he did all these things." Not one person at all went to the police, but everyone that Evan Rachel Wood brought into this had a physical, intimate relationship with him. And everything what they're doing is falling apart, just like Ashley Smithline, her lawyer just walked out on her. Wow. Paid all that money. All that money. So would anybody like to come on up? And if not, then you can call in. Let me bring the phone number. If you want to call in and say your piece, please do so. You can call on up. Oh, okay. Wait a minute. Okay, that's my thing. Anybody want to? Yeah, but it's really interesting how this case or these cases as they're coming, how they're falling apart, and how Evan Rachel Wood and Ilma Gore, how they're doing their stalling tactics, and that didn't stop a thing. The judge was like, okay, he has good cause. We're going to keep all the court dates exactly where they are and continue on. Now, since Ashley Smithline, since her lawyer, these damn trucks, Smithline's lawyer just said, okay, sayonara. Now everything for her has been pushed back 90 days for her to get a new counsel. That had been pretty bad for the lawyer just to up and leave, say goodbye at the 50-yard line. And I'm just sitting there thinking, like when he was there talking on the news, when he was talking, okay, Black Pope 00 says, I bet the part of the reason why the lawyer walked out on her is because her message. Oh, huh. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Those texts were quite okay. Look, you're gonna have to. I missed that part. I'm missing something. If you can go ahead and somebody call up and elaborate on this because I missed this. Elaborate and please put me in the know because I missed this. I didn't pay close attention to Ashley. Somebody please call in. I missed it. My phone's already ready. Come on in because I missed the text part. Call in 202 I'm sorry, 292-7538. Give a call in and let me know about these texts because I missed it. Call in or please come up. You don't have to show your face. You could just use your emoji or whatever or avatar. But I didn't see anything about that. So please do bring me up to speed on that. And thank you. Esme Bianco was the Game of Thrones, and I don't even know which show Ashley Smithline is on. I'm not quite sure. What show is she on? I don't think it's not Westgate. That's Evan Rachel Wood. She's on Westgate. But I really want to know what was the breach 9 and 16. What were those clauses in the retainer that caused the lawyer to say, "Look, I'm done. I'm out. I can't deal with this." Let me see if there's anything here. Okay, here, page 6. This is interesting. Okay, so I don't see any of the texts. Now, she said that he lured me, meaning Ashley, into the endless intelligence Smithline 36 admitted to People, meaning People magazine, an explosive new report, but his intelligence allegedly hid a much darker, more violent side. As she claimed, he bit her, whipped her, cut her with a swastika emblem knife and shoved his face. Okay, I'm gonna skip over that right there. Anybody want to call in and talk about the texts? Because I have no idea about that. But the lawyer did dump her. It's all approved. He's gone. He said, here, you could take this. I'm gonna forward everything to where all the court proceedings are gonna go to. And this is the interesting part. The lawyer must provide. Huh. Okay. The texts were in Marilyn Manson's court documents against Irwin last month, you believe. You want to call in and talk a little bit about that? I got my cell phone right here. Call in. Somebody call in. Because I was looking at it. I was looking at the court documents on Marilyn Manson and Evan Rachel Wood. And I don't recall, I mean, I do recall seeing text messages, but I'm not sure if it has anything to do with Ashley Waters. Smithline, I'm so sorry, Smithline. But this story is outrageous. And what is it with this swastika, what they're talking about? He does use a swastika. Now, Evan Rachel Wood, she said that she converted to Judaism, but I'm not quite sure because her father's name is Ira something Wood, so I'm not quite sure how that goes. I could be reading a little bit more into it than that, but she said that he used a swastika, made anti-Semitic remarks and had these tattoos on her. I mean, not on her, excuse me, on him, and saying just these terrible things like, "Lad, that you're not a Jew by blood, Jewish by blood," all that wild stuff. So I'm not even. I don't know, but Ashley Smithwood, oh Lord, Smithline. And it's interesting because they talk about his intelligence, how he blinds them with his intelligence. Okay. Anybody? Let's see. Okay, I don't think anybody wants to call up, and that's okay. Nobody wants to come up. That's okay. All right. So then Smithline reveals that for the first instance of Marilyn Manson alleged abuse involved him whipping her on her back as she lay face down and naked on the bed, and also claimed he allegedly assaulted her with numerous times. Now, this right here, now, for me, if somebody's assaulting you and beating you, doing all these things, and you don't have enough agency to get up and walk out, say, really, no, you're not gonna hit me, you're not gonna abuse me, you're just gonna just do this. It makes no sense. No sane person, no one would allow you to beat them and then you continuously go back and continuously go back and have these issues, and then years later say, oh, I was abused. Oh, I was physically beaten, but I never said anything about it. So, you know, I could only imagine Ashley Smith Lyon's lawyers like this right here, some wild stuff. Yeah, hey, how you doing? Okay, Evan's father is a local celebrity here in North Carolina. He's not okay, but his first name is Ira. Her mother left Evan and moved to California where she okay. So so Evan's father's name, from what I read in Vanity was it Vanity Fair, that her father's name is Ira. So he's not Jewish, so it was something that I just simply thought. But she did say that she converted to Judaism, or at least her mother did. I don't know about her father, but I know her mother did. But this is quite interesting. So, Ashley's lawyer just drop kicked her, and I could only imagine Marilyn Manson just like these fools, these fools, these fools. It is something that is wild, something totally wild. But I really want to know what was in Jay Wanger's um his retainer. What was section 9 and 16? I really want to know what that is. And her breaking it, and then he just is like, "Look, I gotta go. I gotta go. I gotta leave you alone." Oh, Nicole, I found the court documents as far as Ashley Smithline's lawyer dumping her. I got it was actually approved. So he's no longer her lawyer. That was approved. And that was approved on what, the 28th, 29th? So that right there is most definitely verifiable and true. And the reasons why. And that was she broke the retainer agreement. It had to be multiple times. It had to be. But I got to find out what that is so I can continue on it. But you threw a big one on my lap today. Oh man, it's so hot. Hey, Nicole, you got some stuff going down there. Was it Charlotte, North Carolina? Is there a court case down there about the oh my goodness, what is it? Sisters, the Sisters of Confederacy? That's what I was getting ready to work on until you put that down there. Oh, okay, yeah, that is true. Yeah, the retainer agreement is supported. Yeah, it's confidential. Okay, that is so true. Man, I would like to know. I just would like to be a little fly on the wall. What kind of wild stuff is she doing? But that's what I had to most definitely report on to keep you all up to date. Um, so how many of you think that Marilyn Manson, this court case, you think it's going to be televised? Because I hope it is. If Johnny Depp's was televised, and I think Marilyn Manson should be televised because they're saying all these things, and I would like for them to prove it to the public because they can, and more so, it ought to be televised because they came to the public and told the public what happened to them. So if they want to go through court and then it not being televised, then that right there would most definitely, in my opinion, be beyond disingenuous on their part. Yeah, it should be televised. All sorts. You're absolutely right because it should be because they came to the public and told everybody what he did, not only to the public, but they went to Congress. They went to Congress and no one looked into anything. They went to Congress saying oh, well, wait a minute. Did she say him by name? I don't think she said him by name then, but she was talking about her experiences, and this is what this guy did to me. She did it in front of Congress and then had a bill, out in California called, what was it? Rising. Come on, help me out here. The Rising Phoenix law. That is just poof. Now that's gone. That is gone. You can't. Oh my goodness. Oh my god. This right here is beyond comprehension. How she can do all these things. Now, my thing is this. I think what's her name? Evan Rachel Wood did more harm to the Me Too movement, to the women's cause, or the feminist I mean, feminism is so beaten. It's so beaten now that they're including this right here blew me away. They are including obesity in their issues, and now they're also including transgender women in their issues under feminism. They're doing any and everything to stay relevant, anything. And you got Evan Rachel Wood, who is using all this wildness, and then her and Amber Heard run to the Me Too movement and the women's causes, and getting up on stage telling all these out horrific lies to only be turned out horrific things to only turn out to be a lie. In feminism, this is wild, really wild. You really might want to stop and revamp your causes. You might want to revamp it. Just a thought. Just a thought. But I just think what these ladies are doing is beyond outrageous, and how they're going after men, and just, dare I say, publicly. I don't want to. That's just a harsh word. No, that has so many different implications. Just obliterate them. And you have all these women besides Ashley Walters, and even then, I'm sort of like out to lunch on her for some of her outrageous claims when she was an employee, but she's making it look like her claims are more like a relationship type of thing. Who knows? I don't know. That's simply what I'm thinking. I very well could be wrong, and I have no proof backing up anything that I'm saying. It's just simply my opinion. So, does anybody have any thoughts on anything? Yeah, all sorts. Yeah, all groups start off. Yeah, and meaning. Yep. Yep. And you are so right about that. All groups do start off doing well, and I'm gonna. Mm, I don't even know if I should even mention their name. If you mention their name, they put you on a terrorist list. Um, the Southern Law Center. I mean, they went after the KKK and bankrupt them, and that was then. Now it's like they put anybody on there now. Anyone who doesn't agree, but they don't put Antifa on it. I find that quite interesting. I mean, that's just my thought. I've been following Antifa and some of the ex-members and what they're saying. And who else should be on there are the Proud Boys. Wow, that guy is beyond radical, but deviating from what I'm talking about, and I am sorry. It's wild. It's really wild. Anybody want to call up and give your thoughts on the case? What you think? Where you think it's going? Call up. Come up on StreamYard. Let me put the link down in the description box. Hey Lily, how you doing? How you doing? Yeah, Ashley Smithline, her lawyer kicked her to the curb big time. Big time, big time. Yep. So anyone want to call in or come up and give your thoughts and views, or if not, just write your thoughts and views down on a comment section. Okay. But that's just what I found rather interesting today, as far as Ashley Wood. Um, okay. Okay, during the interview, the lawyer was like, "Yep, exactly right. I remember that when they were talking, and as she was sitting there just yap, 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 he was like staring off into Never Never Land." Oh, what we're talking about is Ashley Smithline. Her lawyer just kicked her to the curb, and and the judge allowed him, and he stated why, because Ashley Smithline violated their retainment agreement, section 9 and 16. But since it's okay, okay, but since she and the judge said okay, and so everything was pushed back 90 days, and this is a big mess. I mean, it's like their whole everything is falling apart for them. Everything is falling apart, in my opinion. I mean, I just don't see where they're going to prevail at all. These ladies just built this whole house of cards with cards, and now they're just falling apart. It's imploding, and everybody who backed Evan Rachel Wood is being left at the wayside and not looking like this lady is delusional as all outdoors and delusional as all outdoors. Okay, so that's all that I really wanted to get into, just to talk about. Anybody else want to bring something up before I go ahead and bring this broadcast to a close? Oh, really? Smithline is connected to several lawsuits, so she's a key. Oh, do tell. Connected to several lawsuits, because I know Marilyn Manson, she's suing him for all this outrageous, wild stuff. Oh, she won't show up for the deposition, though, huh? Well, how did she decide to sue somebody and not go to the deposition? That right there makes zero sense. Zero, unless if that's just her way of um I don't know. I can't even think of anything at all. That is something. And maybe that could be part of the clause that she's violating because she won't go to the deposition. Huh. Maybe that could be it. Wait a minute. Let me bring that slide that I had up. Okay. All right. Is there something in the details? She was supposed to. She was supposed to estimate Bianca's, but didn't show up. Oh man. Okay. I'm sitting here trying to think where to make this big. Okay. And can represent her in preparation. The plaintiff breached. Okay, the plaintiff's conduct has rendered it unreasonably difficult for counsel to carry out any representation effectively. So her conduct was outrageous, apparently, and the plaintiff has breached 9 and 16, so we can't get into why. And the counsel provided the plaintiff with reasonable warning after the breach that counsel will withdraw unless the plaintiff fulfills the terms of the retainer agreement. So there's something about that retainer. She's not fulfilling it. Maybe she may not be paying her bills. Who knows? Who knows? This is something. So we most definitely know that it is her behavior. Oh, let me remove that. So that right there, we most definitely do know is he said it's her behavior and how it pertains to that unreasonable. Yeah, you're right. Hey, how you doing, clumsy clairvoyance? How you doing? Yeah, but Lily D, you're right on that. Her lawyer seems to give up because of her behavior. Yeah, because he stated that most definitely. How you doing, clumsy clairvoyance? How you doing? So, I mean, I just wonder how outrageous. I mean, is she out there giving interviews? I mean, what? Um, I don't know. I have to look into that, but I thought that was whoa. He just dropped her off at the 50-yard line. Just said, "Here, you you find your way to the goalpost because this I can't take. I'm done." And he can't provide the documents to excuse it. He did. I'll just show it again. He was accepted. It was accepted. The judge here. Let me make this big for me so I can see it. The judge, here's the order, the proposed order, and here the judge is like, having considered all the papers filed in support of this uh, and in opposition to the motion, agreement in the council, and depleting the papers on file herein, hereby grant the motion. This is hereby ordered. The counsel, J.D. Ellingwager, is withdrawn from counsel of record for the plaintiff. The deadlines uh, to respond to all pending written has been extended 90 days. So Lily, so he got. Okay, wait a minute. Let me go back to look at this. I'm sorry, you all are. The documentation was given. I just showed it. Here Nicole says, "I hear she flew to the U.S. in emergency." Oh, okay. That right there will most definitely do it. Clumsy Clairvoyant says those text messages were in the same with some girl on Facebook. Okay, that I don't know about Facebook. To ask her if she was lying about the TV interview. Okay, that I'm not sure, but I'll take your word for it. Why is this not going down? Okay, on some clumsy clairvoyant says on some crazy drugs, maybe. Lily D and Nicole, yeah, and but the lawyer failed to provide the evidence. I mean, I don't know if the lawyer failed to provide the evidence It's just that she has to do her due diligence, and she has to be able to provide the evidence, unless if the lawyer has an investigator to go out and do it, and even then, who knows. But he's out of there. He's like, But if she's going to some sort of hospital to get herself together, number one, that's a good thing. That is a great thing, to get herself together. Because, and then if she is doing some kind of illegal substance that's making her act and behave in a way to where her lawyer can't take her behavior because it's too difficult to counsel her, then yeah, I most definitely get it. As far as that, Lily, that's why he gave up. I mean, I think any person would have to call it a day if someone's behavior is out that outrageous, and if they are not mentally well up here, if they're not if their mental health isn't good, then it's going to be very hard to even assist someone in whatever legal action what they're trying to do, if they're not cooperating at all. That's going to be very difficult. But I thought this information, thank you, Nicole. That was like, whoa, this is really something. And Ashley Waters, her court case got kicked to the curb. And I have to look and see if she refiled. I'm not sure. I just was focused on Evan Rachel Wood and Ilma Gore because he's suing them. And let me see, did not Esme Bianco, I don't think she tried to sue him civilly, but um Ashley Walters and, hold on for a second, Lily D says, but it's gonna hurt Esme Bianco's case because of her witness, and she shares a say, oh, oh, oh my goodness. Yes, 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 yes. That right there, one of her witnesses. That right there that's a big one right there. That is really something. Very, very something. Mm, man, that's big. That is really big. So, again, anybody want to call in or come up? Let me see. Lily D says, so he keeps Bianco but throws away Smithline. Well, um, it seems like Smithline, her issue is she is a difficult client, and it's very hard to help a difficult client, especially if they are breaching the agreement which they both signed. So I think any lawyer, or better yet, anyone who's trying to help someone and their behavior is out here and you agreed to be here, but your behavior is over here. You can't help a person like that, especially if they're not on board or they got off board someplace. Anybody else want to add on? Let me see. Okay, one of the issues is that all of this pushback again, everything. Well, okay, okay. There is a lot of pushback because if you're saying these things happened and this happened to me, this happened to me, this happened to me many years ago, but you did nothing at all to do anything about it then when Evan Rachel Wood comes up and stirs the pot, then all the people start jumping out of the woodwork and then say, okay, I want to sue you. I, yeah, Okay, Nicole says you should read those messages from Smithline. If you have, no, I haven't. So I really haven't read the messages, and I was trying to get somebody to come up and tell me what they were. Um, I really think this could be a part. Okay, the reason why. See, I don't even know what that is, but I would love for someone to come up or call in. Um, oh, okay. I mean, push back to the. Yeah, the Let me see. What did you say? One of the issues was that. Well, yeah, the judge would I believe what would be a form of malpractice if the judge did not push back the court cases or the court dates to give her time to find new a new counsel to continue this. But thank you for that clarification because I thought you meant the pushback as far as what people are saying. Thank you for that clarification. Alrighty, so I wanted to go ahead and get this info out there. I just thought it was like, whoa, he kicked her to the curb. Wow. And this is why. So I want to show you that I had info on that and you were able to see it, the reasons why the lawyer did um, get to fire himself. You fire yourself. Wow. Fire yourself from the case. It's really something. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. But on that case or on that note, I want to thank all of you for spending time with me because you all can be and are around the United States and around the world and in France. And I do appreciate you because I know it must be like what 10, 12 o'clock p.m. or as you would say, what is it, 20, 100 hours. Let's see. Yeah, you're right. Meanwhile, Eminem's life remains in remains pending. You're absolutely right on that. His life is still pending. Let's see. Okay. This is my cell phone that you call in on. Yeah, yeah. Marilyn Manson's life is in limbo. Most that is most definitely true. That yeah, it is. But it would be really interesting if somebody could just tell me a little bit about these text messages, because I'm going to go through. No, I have gone through the text messages, and that right there was between Ilma Gore and Evan Rachel Wood. Their text messages, and I was able to get them through the declarations. I have so much. There's so much there that I haven't even gone through all of it. I just did a couple of declarations, the videos that I did um, about Jamie Bell, his declaration. Um, who else? Esme Bianco, her declaration, which was like Esme Balog, her declaration. Okay, I'm getting notifications from YouTube and Twitter. Okay, well, let me go ahead and close this out. I want to thank you all for being here. I just cannot thank you enough for spending this time with me because one thing you never get back is time. And I do appreciate you so much. Wait a minute. Okay, Nicole, Lily, you said, okay, Nicole Parrish, you're talking about the text message between Smith and Line. Yeah, I didn't even see that. I think they were on Instagram messages and they were attached to a court filing from Marilyn Manson. I have to look at that. Okay. I haven't. The only thing that I got from Instagram when Marilyn Manson put something out, and that was his his court, not court case, but his court. I have to go back and look at it. From my experience, the retainer agreements are pretty generic. Okay, so could you elaborate a little bit on the generic part? I mean, what would a reason be? Because the lawyer said that her behavior became, I guess, a little bit of a problem, and I'm summarizing on that. Let me see. All sorts says, yeah, that was those text messages. Yeah, I still don't know the text messages. I mean, you all know, but I don't. Okay, there's some about cooperations to move forward with the case. Yeah, and providing discovery, showing up to the deposition. Yeah, maybe. And someone said in the chat that maybe it was her needing psychological help and also submitting payment in a timely. Oh, ooh, ooh. That is okay. Okay, Mojo Low. Oh, Mojo Low. I'm sorry. Uh-huh. But um Ashley Smithline, I mean, as far as I know, she's an actress and she's making money. So money should not be an issue for her to come up with this lawsuit and hire this firm. But then again, I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Submitting payments in a timely manner. Mm, that is something. But I still don't know what the okay. Mojolo says so. Probably it is because she didn't provide discovery and didn't attend the court order depositions and yeah, and possibly the money. Now here's an interesting thing. When I was looking at Evan Rachel Wood's info that I reported on another couple of videos ago, was that she was saying that she didn't want to sit for a deposition and that oh man, her arrogance has no bounds. She said that she not graced. What word did she use? Oh, she made a special appearance to the court to do this. I'm just like, really? Okay. The queen. Wow. So you do make some great points, Mojolo. That's some really good points. Really good points. All sorts says you would think Evan Rachel would provide money. No, no. Check this out. Just okay. I don't know personally. None of us do. It's safe to assume that none of us do know Evan Rachel Wood personally. But when Ilma Gore went to Australia to see her twin sister, her son, Jack, I guess accidentally broke her iPad. Would you think that Evan would have provided her with another iPad with the money that she has? No, she didn't. She went to somewhere California. I can't remember the name of it, but it's like a real small town in California, to where she went to her cousin and borrowed her iPad, then goes to Australia to see her cousin, her sister, to do all this stuff for Evan Rachel Wood to set her sister up. Oh, that is so dirty. Oh man, Ilma is so dirty to her sister Brighton. But if it weren't for Brighton, Marilyn Manson would not be moving as far as he is. Oh, Lily says, no chance, no chance. Lily says she is not even able to give her own organization. So yeah, Yeah, it's something. I mean, if these ladies are putting all this out there, and I'm going to say putting all this out there, I'm not going to say it's true or false because they haven't been cross-examined. They're just putting what they want out there. It hasn't been critiqued, analyzed, nothing. So you would think that Evan Rachel Wood would fork over some money to help her cause because she's mad at Marilyn Manson because and this is simply my speculation, my thought, so I'm going to say allegedly jealous because and some of you don't agree with me and that is okay, but this is the only thing that makes sense that she's doing all this because he married Lindsay. This is the only thing that makes sense. Once he was ready to walk down the aisle with Lindsay and that date was made, 2 weeks before the wedding, she puts out a police report on Lindsay, and I showed the police report on some maybe about 7 or 8 videos back. It is wild. I mean, this whole situation is beyond belief. I mean, but her husband, ex-husband Jamie Bell, met. Okay, Jamie Bell said it best. He said two things: either she is lying or her mental illness. She's not mentally stable, and he's afraid for his son to be with her. Her ex-husband said that. So under oath in a deposition. Lily says, now all accusers must think that Smithline is a pain in the butt. Yeah, yeah. I mean, but then again, look at Evan Rachel Wood. I mean, if you go back in one of my videos, it was so terrible. Oh, man, I'm so embarrassed of that video. I was so tired that day. But if you just just mute it and look at it, you'll see step by step where Evan Rachel Wood is saying, I don't want to be here. I don't want to sit for this deposition. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. Okay, let me see. Um, okay, Mojo Low says if the Instagram messages are authentic and all this noise, I'm sorry. She's caught in a lie now. Most definitely, most definitely, and that would be an unstated reason why the attorney is quitting, lying. Yeah, it's kind of hard to. Yeah. In Marilyn Manson case file, how you doing? Welcome here. Says what a mess. What a messy group this is. Yeah, yeah. These ladies are most definitely, in my opinion, woof, they are yeah. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Most definitely a mess. Okay. Oh man, let me charge up. My computer's getting ready to die. Okay, we've been at this for an hour, so let me go ahead and let you all go, and I'm going to go ahead and go. I did not mean to stay this long, but I do appreciate each and every single one of you for adding this additional information. And I need to find those text messages with uh, Ashley Smithline. If you can, send them to me on either tweet them to me or my email address is on my YouTube page, or you have my cell phone number to where you could text them to me if you choose. Okay, on that note, let me go ahead and go. Oh my goodness, I didn't know it was this late. Okay, on that note, I want to thank you all very much because again, time is something that you never get back, and I do appreciate you. What did you say, Lily D? You said that you can't wait until the Evan Rachel Wood Gore depositions. That's gonna be interesting. That is what Marilyn Manson, what they were trying to stop him from doing through the motion of the anti-slap, which would lead him to do the discovery, which will be them do. And if I'm wrong, please let me know that I'm wrong. And I don't. I apologize because remember I have $2.50 worth of law information, not a lawyer. And as you can tell, you know I'm not one. Oh man. That's going to be pretty interesting because they're fighting that every step of the way. Evan Rachel Wood is saying, "Hey, just take my side, forget about Maryland's, and just drop this whole thing." All sorts says if they are televised. I don't. I know they do videotape it, but I don't think televised. No. They used the video depositions in Johnny Depp and Amber Heard's case, which was I thought was rather interesting. Lily comes back and says all sorts. I'm not sure it would be. I'm not sure, but I hope it is. And the reason why I say I hope it is, and it should be because they came to the public and said all these things. They got on social media, they went to Congress, they went to the people next door, knocked on the door. He did this to me. So because of that, it needs to be televised, and we ought to see them being cross-examined. Not only Marilyn Manson, but we ought to see them getting cross-examined because they are the ones that are bringing these accusations out. They're saying these things. Marilyn Manson didn't say anything like this, but they are, and since they are, then this needs to be proven. Not just what you say, but prove it. Okay, Lily D says, ironically, if the trial is in California, apparently it will be where Amber Heard filled out her TRO. Mm, okay. And they may televise it. I mean, I hope they do. I hope they do because this is going to be huge. But if it were over here on the East Coast where I'm at, and if we're in Virginia, in a DMV area, DMV stands for Maryland, the District or DC or District of Columbia and Virginia area, I would be right there in the courtroom taking notes, making sure I get everything. Okay, all sorts says we get to see them sweat on the stand if they're told, yeah, man. And there was one part, I swear, when Amber Heard and Johnny Depp, I swear, Amber Heard put a tissue to her nose and inhaled, and I'm gonna leave it as that. Put what you may on that. Lily D says all sorts. It's going to be a fun ride. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's going to be a fun ride for me. I'm going to sit here. I got a popcorn maker. Get my little popcorn. Make my popcorn and have my organic butter, and just sit here and eat popcorn and watch it with you all. But okay, I've been saying I'm going to go. Now I most definitely have to go. I want to thank you for stopping by. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, and please help me out to get there. And I appreciate all of you. And I'm gone. Bye bye.